Should be like 70 or 80 people. Let's wait a couple of more minutes. Hey, we already. I'm gonna mute everyone, so we'll not disrupt other people. We will start in English because our first guest is going to be a Brazilian blogger, and it's going to be some people from Brazil who also want to learn more about how to work with foreign companies. So that's why we start in English, but it's okay if you ask questions in Russian, so I will translate just to a speaker, or maybe a speaker will understand it anyway. But at the end of the meeting, we'll move smoothly to Russian style. So we're going to talk in Russian language. But for now, I think we can start with English. Yeah. Be free to text and write about yourself intro in chat. I think it's be better if you all know much more about each other and can maybe make some useful connections. So we have like 2 more minutes. I think almost all speakers join us already. I think Tom is not here yet. Sergio Filippo, Maxim Julian. I hope you can hear me well and connection is not broken. It might happen something, I hope it will not today. So maybe can you write or type plus in the chat so I can see that you all can hear me. Oh, Tony is here. So we'll be start. Yes, yeah. Okay. Tony, hi. Tony, can you hear me? I see your mic is fine, but I cannot hear you. It's connecting audio again. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear. Cool.
Great.
Great.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you to join us. Yeah, I'm going to share more right now about our meetup with this event, about myself, and I'm going to introduce each of you, each speaker here. So basically, I'm Anthony Minkowski. I help foreign companies to come to Latin American market and vice versa, in Latin American companies to go to abroad. So this event is particularly focused on influence marketing. And we will start in English because you don't speak English and some other speakers speak English, and it's going to be better for us to speak English. But lately, because most of the people here, as I see, the Russian speakers, so And the end of this meeting, maybe it's going to be more in Russian language. But anyway, because this really interesting topic about influence marketing, that's why I firstly invite Tony to share more about how to work with locals, how to work with local influencers, bloggers, because I know Tony already like 2 years or maybe even more. We met like occasionally in different cities. So Tony, can you share more about yourself and maybe your experience as a blogger? Because I think you have like 120,000 followers.
Yes. Hi. So how are you? How long do I have? How much time do I have?
I think 20 minutes.
3 hours? No.
Hours. Yeah, I know. You're a blogger.
So first, I'm sorry for this background because I'm building my new apartment, so it's still building and constructing everything. So my name is Tony Ventura. Let me put my video here. Okay, my name is Tony Ventura, and I'm a tech influencer. Okay, so let me tell very fast what I did. I always loved technology in my life. So my dream was to be a public speaker like 15 years ago. So I start to look for tools, online tools, apps, and I start to give keynotes in Brazil, and people start paying me for that to do those keynotes. But I had too much work to do. Every day searching for new apps, technologies, testing, and everything. So I built a community in Facebook. I built a community that I update every single day with new posts of new technologies, and I start to bring more people to this community. It was free, and soon became the biggest community in Brazil of technology. You know, everything that I talk about technology, people believe. So in the beginning of the COVID, we sold 1.6 million reais, but it's almost like US dollars because in Brazil it's the same amount, almost the same amount.
Your voice.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry, I turned off. I accidentally your mic.
Okay.
Yeah, because one was.
So
yeah, sorry.
Where did I stop?
Yeah, just 1 second ago. Sorry.
Yeah, so in this community, we sold $1.6 million. We're spending zero in ads. We didn't spend anything in ads. So this, I thought, hey, I'm a tech influencer because I didn't spend anything in ads, and we sold more than $1 million in computer, in tech, you know, in apps. That was great. So after that, I started to post in Instagram a lot, and TikTok. So the great secret in Brazil to post on TikTok and Instagram is the hashtags. Not only Brazil, but in other countries, because we have a lot of tools, influencer tools. I don't know if you know about that. The influencer tools that big agencies uses, they try to find you with hashtags. All the tools are like that. All the influencer tools are like that. So if the agency if Volkswagen, if a big company try to find influencers to them, they don't look manually. They hire agencies, and the agencies use a tool that find hashtags. So if you put, for example, I did a Tesla video that reached 6.5 million views in TikTok, and I used a hashtag called cars and technology cars and smart cars. So the tool found the hashtag, saw how many views did I have, and sent to Volkswagen. Do you know Volkswagen? The car said, hey, this guy had a lot of views last month. Hire him. So the company called me and say, hey, Tony, you want to do some videos for in our car? And I said, okay, yes. So I got 2 big companies that hired me because this video that use hashtags. You know that so many people says the hashtags are dead. Nobody uses hashtags anymore. But for influencer tools, you need to use hashtags because it's the only way that they can reach you, then they can find you, you know. So this is a good strategy for me, was a good strategy. So I keep doing keynotes all the time about technology, and everything that I say, people believe me. So I cannot accept to do ads to any company, you know. So if a company says, hey, Tony, try to sell this gadget for me, and the gadget sucks, I cannot sell, because if I try to sell that, people buy it and doesn't work, my name, Tony Ventura, will go down. My value will go down, and I will lose everything. So I just sell what is good. I know that sometimes you have a lot of money in the game, you know, like the casinos. Are you guys following the casinos ad in Brazil? It's huge. Everybody's talking about casinos. And people, small influencers, are getting almost 1 million reais to say about casinos, to talk about casinos. But this is not good. At least I work with my name, and my name is everything for me in the influencer business. So I use some tools as well, some tech tools to negotiate. For example, if someone asks me to send a proposal, I don't send a proposal as a PDF. I use d/id.com. I don't know if you know this tool. Can I share my screen? Is it okay to share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me share my screen. So this is the tool. Can you see?
Yeah.
How many of you knows this tool? Please, I want to know. How many of you knows this tool? Can you talk, please, or unmute? Do you know d/id.com?
I don't think people know about this.
Okay.
Maybe someone, yeah.
Yeah. So this tool, you add a picture of someone and you write a text, and the persons give naturally artificial intelligence movements to speak what you told. For example, if a company asks me a proposal, how much do I charge to add a video in Instagram? I upload the picture of a person. Let me get Anton picture, for example. How can I find your picture, my friend? Let's see. Anton.
Man, I know you, because you're a technology guy, you now try to sell your how you work with technology, right? So this is one of the tools. Maybe because
no, it's not that. It's with a lot of influencers giving proposals in PDF. When you send a video proposal with artificial intelligence, the company say, "Oh, what the hell is that? I want to see that," and you get their attention, you know. And it's very much easier, so they can hire you as an influencer if you are different. If you're different from others, you know. Don't send the PDF proposals. Send video proposals to them.
May I ask you, related to work with companies, how you choose between like two companies to work with? So do you have like some checklist, or like how you like understand this is good company, so you're ready to work with this company, because you don't really know about the product itself at first?
Yeah, maybe you have in Brazil we have a website called Reclame Aqui. That is a website that everybody talks bad things about companies. So you just put the name of the company plus Reclame Aqui to see how many bad reviews they have. So if they have a lot of bad reviews, if a lot of people are saying bad things about it, I don't work with them, you know. And I need to test myself the tools as well.
But if it's new company, if it's not really yet in the market, so it's not really any reviews in the Reclame Aqui. So how are you gonna test it? Or how are you gonna?
I just see if the tool, the gadget, is good for me. If it's good for me, if I like it, after I test, I will sell with my heart. I will sell believing it that is good. If I can't believe that is good, I will not sell good, you know. That's it. Cool. I just need to test, you know.
Cool. So may I ask you?
Let me ask you something. Yeah. Who are the people that are here? They are influencers or they are companies? Just to understand.
Yes, companies. Mostly it's companies who want to work with influencers.
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, so that's how I do. You know, in Brazil, in Latin America, I just test the product first. So it's very important to you guys invest sending products to influencers' house so they can test. If you send the product one time and the influencer doesn't give a review, doesn't send back the product, you don't work with this influencer anymore. You know, you just need to work with good influencers. You know.
Yeah, one of the most common question people ask about, they write some questions to influencers. Influencers don't really reply back. So how to improve this conversion rate that the influencer will answer your questions, your requests, and even at least like start to communicate with you, like as with a company.
Let me write the website with reviews. Just wrote. Yeah. So you put company name plus Reclame Aqui in Google. Okay. Okay. So can you ask again, please, your question?
Yeah. My question is, a lot of people ask me about how to communicate with influencers, because usually if you write them some message in Instagram or in Twitter or whatever, in LinkedIn, they not really reply you back, because probably it's a lot of other people who want to talk with them. And like, how to improve this conversion rate? So
okay, first of all, one strategy for me that works with me: add the price in the first message. The price, how much you're willing to pay in the first message. Second strategy, maybe this first strategy is not good for you. Second strategy, just don't write a big text. You know, when you try to talk with someone, what do? Do you start to talk for 1, 2, 3 minutes? Or you just say, hi, how are you doing? My name is Tony. What's your name? You know, so it's the same thing sending a message to the influencer. Hi, how are you? We are agency that hire influencers. Do you do this kind of job? If they say yes, you start talking with them again with a bigger text, and that's it. You know, you just don't send a big text in the first place, you know, because many people think there is a scam in Brazil. So those are the two strategies. Third strategy, okay?
Yeah,
if you have an agency, please put your face in the camera in Instagram. If I go to your Instagram and you're trying to hire me, if I just see images from Google or fake images, I will not believe in you, you know? So what's that? Most people in Brazil are very afraid to have scams, to lose money, to lose their time. So if you pay less, it's way better than to give insecurity to the influencer. Oh, are you a true person? Are you a honest person? Or are you trying to give me a how to say, a scam, you know, trying to rob my money?
Sure. Oh yeah, maybe we have some other questions from other people. If you want, you can.
So you suggest to offer money straight away to the influencers. How is that smart from the company? I don't know, but if you go to your database, Eva, if you go to your database and see how many influencers answer you, and you really can work with them, and how many times you offer money and they accept, you just need to measure that to see if it's what is best to your strategy. You know, in my opinion, I always answer when the agency offers the money. So I have a work to do and I'm willing to pay $500. Do you accept? And I say, hey, I cannot accept that. I just accept $2,000. And the person say, okay, I have $1,000, the most I can do. You know, because nobody wants to read, and you don't get a point on the first or second message. You know, doesn't have a point. I mean, they are trying to hire you to do a work, okay, but how much it is? Sometimes you don't even answer. You know, you just want to have all the information in 1 or 2 messages.
Thank you. Maybe, guys, because we need to move to another speakers, but we can ask some questions to Tony right now. Or maybe you, Tony, you have something to share with us. Maybe you want to
okay.
Yeah.
There is a question. I don't know if someone want to ask a question, but there is a question here. Anybody knows if it's possible to work with Reclame Aqui, because it only allows to post bad things but not good things? Okay, so Reclame Aqui is a very huge company. You know, it's kind of hard to work with them, but you can indirectly work with them in 2 ways. First way, answering all the complaining that people are talking about you, answering everything. Because when someone goes there, and if someone see that people are talking bad about you, but you are answering the reviews, the bad reviews, it's good. You know, the company is active the company cares about everything. So I trust in the company. It's okay, great. The company are trying to rebuild the product to get better and better all the time. Second thing, there is a prize award of Reclame Aqui. Every year they have an award. So the best companies of Reclame Aqui. So you can go to this award, you know, and if you get award, at least being the list of the awards, it's a good thing for your reputation as well.
Yeah, this
How does communication with influencers work if a contractor company is used which itself is engaged? Wait a second, I didn't understand this question. Tony, could you please tell us how does communication work
how
if a
does
contractor companies use it
communication
itself is engaged?
Let's move on to the next question because I'm not sure that I understand either.
Better way to find influencers. How do you most often get clients? I didn't understand the contractor company question. How do you most often get client inquiries? By mail or by social networks? Most of the time by social networks. Most of the time. Many people are hiring me to cover big events of technology. You know, there's like Web Summit, CES, Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. So many people are hiring me to cover the events because many companies need content. Look at this. This is a good strategy for you guys. Many people need to add content, and sometimes you don't have money or don't have enough time to add content in your social networks. So if you produce content with other influencers and you're trying to hire influencer now, the influencer will go to your Instagram and see content from other influencers there. And this is good for you. Build trust. So all the time I do white label videos to companies in Brazil in events, in technology, you know. So they use my videos to put their brands. So I can populate the Instagram to build trust to other people. This is a good strategy to you guys.
Thank you, Tony.
I do get by social networks most of the time. Email is like 2 or 3 mails in every 10 messages in Instagram or TikTok. But email sometimes go to spam. Email sometimes I don't see these specific email. You know, what's the best channel to communication? Which the blogger, Instagram, or WhatsApp? Okay, so WhatsApp is very how do you say? It's an invasion. If you send a WhatsApp in the first message, the influencer will feel invasion. You know, you are invading his space. So send a message in TikTok or Instagram. Instagram is better those days, okay? If the influencer doesn't answer, after 3 or 4 days, you send by WhatsApp. It's okay. And you say, hey, I sent you a message on Instagram, you didn't answer. I'm sending WhatsApp because I really want to work with you, you know?
I know. May I ask you one more personal question? Because I know the response rate is higher if I ask questions by like audio message in Brazil. So is it like possible to text you like audio message, even like we don't really know each other?
Audio message
audio message, you know, like in WhatsApp, just
after
record
the first message or after a couple of messages?
The first one.
No, the first message is not good. Audio message, not good. You have a lot of scams in Brazil. A lot of people trying to rob, trying to get your money. It's not good to send these, you know. Even with artificial intelligence today that can clone any kind of voice.
Okay, cool. Let's move on.
you can use audio message, yes, after a couple of messages that you guys exchanged, okay? Yes, I do check messages from non-subscribers, but many people that don't have knowledge don't know how to check message for non-subscribers, you know, just a few people. So understand there is a funnel. So if you send a message as a non-subscriber, like maybe 50% will see, 20% will answer, and other 50% doesn't know how to see or won't see the message of non-subscriber, okay? Can you share? I can share some cases. I don't have a best case that people message me, but someone from China sent me a message in email, and she asked me to do a how do you say, a commercial, a video of their speaker, you know. So I went to Venice. I was going to Venice, to traveling there, and I got a boat in Venice, and I put some Pavarotti music, La Donna Mobile, with the speaker, and I throw in the water in the speaker in Venice, you know. And this was the video, and it was really good. I sent to them. This was a good case. What other ones? Okay, so I got a company, a big company in Brazil that hired me to cover an event, Web Summit this year in Brazil. Was really, really good because it's a good strategy to them to have influencers recording to other events of the category that they work with. Yeah, the best cases are in Instagram and email. Okay,
Man,
mostly
I think
Instagram.
I think I have bad idea because you have so much to share with
You
us.
guys wanna know how much do I charge?
No, maybe we can make another meeting with you, particularly with you, focus on you, so you can share more about your cases, and maybe someone will ask questions like directly to you. So dedicate the whole meeting talk with you. I think it might be better because
I could give you an average price in Brazil of influencers, what they charge based on me, but it's okay. I can talk in another opportunity if you guys want.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. You help a lot. You answer a lot of questions. It's just like, unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of time. All these people, they right now they work because it's like work day, and we need to move on to next speakers. But thank you. I will share your contacts with everyone who joined us today, so they will contact you. Anyway.
All those questions I can answer if you guys want. Just send me in Instagram. I have all those answers. Thank you very much, Anton. Bye-bye, guys.
Perfect, Tanya. Perfect. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to next speaker. It's just don't have a lot of time, so I'm probably gonna start with Alex from Light Center. I think he can start with his small cases, or maybe
okay. Hi guys. I will not to talk about the Light Center today. Today I prefer to talk about about my last work with the Academy of Changes, where I was working with the influencers, and I can share the case. It's not the successful case, it's the case more about how to learn how better don't do, and what we learn about how to do and what not to do. So I think the best way is to share my screen, because I will do just the step by step what we was doing, and you will see every number, every messages, what we're sending, how they responded, and so on, and what's the results we have. So I will start with the messages, what we was sending inside of the Instagram. It's basically what we needed. We needed the person, the influencer, who will work with us in the CPA model, and they will give the link for the registration to the webinar. So we created just one messages. It wasn't so big, but it was not so short, as you can see. It was about one screen in the Instagram. I can send it inside of our. Let me send it because it will be easy for you if you need to translate it. Let me stop the screen and send it here, just for you see. It was like that. After that messages, we had some responses. As you can see, here's the numbers. This is how many, this is by weeks and dates, how many influencers we connected. In the total, we connected about 345 influencers, and the response rate was about 20% of this message. So about 44% scheduled the meeting with us to talk about what is our offer, what we will do, and so on. And about 67% say to us, okay, I'm agreed to do with you the CPA model, the rev share model, and let's continue. So we sent it about 16 contracts, because 4 of them in the middle just stopped to answering, stopped to do something, and we closed 9%. So this was, if you can see, if you can see the dynamic of that, it was more or less the same conversion day by day. So you can just use it like the average for you if you're planning to launch with the influencers. I'm talking about the course about the health. We was looking for the person who is connected with the health and the person who is somehow connected with lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, something like that. So this is the conversion what we had. And the message what we send it, I send it to you too. The question usually how we was able to find 345 influencer for to talk with that without the agency. So what we was using the Modash.io. I don't know if you know this platform, but it's pretty easy to find and pretty easy to use. For example, you need to influencer location in Brazil, the followers from 500,000 to 300,000, the interest, the languages, and what for us was more interesting. Basically, we was doing like, here is nothing. The language is, we was collect Portuguese, and here we put it like saúde, like health in Brazil. If we need something more, for example, you need some about the business, you put negócios, você pode colocar vendas. Sorry, I changed to the Portuguese right now. Okay, you can put everything you need, and after you click show the influencers, and they show to you the influencers. So, but here have the problem. You need to pick these influencers one by one, and this is really hard stuff to do. So for that, we use the table capture. This is add-on for the web browser, and what it can do. It's table capture, like you launch workshop, and after here appears to you, select parent element, select parent element, select parent element. Now you have all the table from all of these influencers. You just copy that and paste in, I don't know, here. And you already have the 15 influencers with the engagement rate, with the followers, and so on and so on. The second problem, what you will have, you need to click for each one of them. And if you will just copy that, put it in the Instagram, it's a little bit hard. So we create some formula, what is basically like that. I can send it to you too in our chat. Let me send. You can put it in the Google Sheets, and they just already pick to you all the links. And after you just click for all of this and look if everything okay. So we collect really fast and easy. In 2 hours, you collect more or less, I don't know, 300, 500, and so on influencers, what is already filtered by what you need. So this is how we was collected after we sent the message and after we was talking with them by video, and we sell the idea about the actions. After what I can share with you, this is the numbers about, I can send to you one by one. What we was metrify for each one of them. Each blogger, we had the average visualization of the story, and of this visualization, after how many of them visit the page of the registration page, and how many who is the visit registration page, how many really registered for our webinar. If you can see, it's more or less pretty high conversion rate from the people who was visited. It's about 60, 70, 38. Sometimes we have the misunderstanding about the Google Analytics and so on, but okay, 50%, 75%, and so on. So what we have done, it's about from 9 influencers, what have average story visual, about 794 average storage visual total from then all of that 9, each one. This is the 9 one. We have about conversion to the click 12%, and from the 12% we have more or less 62% is the average to the registration to our webinar. What is the really interesting, this is how the influence traffic and the traffic of the from the Facebook and the another one different paid advertisement is converting and come to the webinar. If you can see, we had the total visitors from the traffic source by the influencer. It's a little bit high, but if you will compare, but like the numbers here, it was, I don't know, 30% high. And they was convert in the end of the webinar much more. But what we have find out, this is the some life hack. How is the doing that life hack? Before we didn't do it before, but after we start to do it, and it was much more people coming to our webinar. When the webinar just starting, you ask your influencer to say, okay, guys, the webinar is coming. I'm here. If you wanted to talk with me, I'm continue to do, and I'm really interesting. I want in this webinar. So let's go. Let's watch together this webinar. It's really awesome. And in this moment, the next 20 minutes, a lot of the huge amount of people just going to you, and he give it directly link. So probably this is people who are not registered to your webinar, but a lot of people who is coming to your webinar. So today, what we would do, after this stuff, we would start to ask inside of the chat of the webinar, if you are interested, if you are not interested, send me your message and so on, and starting to talk with him, with them inside of the chat. And we could put a lot of much more people with who we can continue to work, and don't wait till the end of the webinar to work with them for they fulfill some forms. So this was our error. Or we sent to them, I don't know, some links to the WhatsApp group or something like that, which much more profit would be for us. But we haven't done that. But you have the numbers about what you can orient it to, about the conversion rate, about the how many click rate they have, because the average is more or less the same. And in the end, I think this is the major part about what I wanted to say. In the end, what we didn't, our ROMI was negative. I don't remember how much is negative, but how you can do the negative ROMI if you work with the CPA model? No, this is impossible. I'm talking about the our cold traffic. We didn't buy nothing, but if we will look just of the cohorts of the influencers, we sell about 1 or 2 products, something like that. It wasn't so much, but this is our mistakes, what we didn't work right with these guys. Probably we can do much more better, but how to work better, I can say after what if you have some questions. I just have in mind, we never tested. I cannot to say about what we haven't tested with the properly. I just show you the case, what we had and the numbers. I don't know, I think it was really useful.
Yeah, it was really useful. Thank you very much. To be honest, I thought you're gonna share some other cases, but this is even better. Probably some of you guys have some questions, and I saw in something in our chat. Maybe if you want, you can talk and you can ask directly to Alex questions.
Yeah, you can ask in any languages the questions, in Portuguese, in Russian, in English.
Yeah. Maybe I can repeat some of them. What is the name of plugin for parsing?
This is Stable Capture.
Okay, cool. Evgenia asked, the first message was sent from person account or from a company's account?
Here's this. This is a really good question. We have that one tricky way how to improve the open rate and the response rate from the bloggers. How is that? At first, you need to find the big bloggers, or to have at least, I don't know, 100 followers, I don't know, 300 followers, and start to talk with them. If you find just the one person and you close the one person, you can ask them to send for the another one bloggers the messages, and the open rate dramatically much more higher when you will start to sending from you. So this is the one tricky way what we find out how to do. And the another one tricky way what we was doing after this case already, we start to look in the big influencers who they follow. Usually they follow 12 people, 10 people, 5 people, and this is people more close to them, like the family, like the real friends, and so on and so on. And you go to that people, and they have about, I don't know, 300 followers. It's much more easier to enter into contact with this person. You start to talk with this person and say, hi, guy, I already saw what you are in the connection with these bloggers. Can I understand how I can to enter with contact with him. I can share with you I don't know, I can give you some money, I can give you something and so on. And they usually, the people, I don't know, in 40%, they say, okay, not a problem. It's my friend. I will connect you with him. So you just go away from the agency and go directly to the big bloggers from the friends of them. This is the one more tricky way how to do that.
Thank you, man. I think we out of time for this speaker. If you have any questions, it's a great opportunity for you, or we move to another one.
Okay, I see that they're asking about the automation tool. If we had something, no, we didn't use that. We used our sales managers to send the messages directly from our Instagram, because if the person already answered to you, we wanted it was really high to talk with him, to schedule and start, and the person who is already scheduled start to continue with him to close for the CPA model. So we didn't use the automatization.
I have a short question. Any doubts about it?
Hi.
Was it tell me bad story about this launch? Or everything was really easy and people did everything that you wanted them to do?
No, it was really hard to do that launch. It was really hard to talk with the people, really hard to sell the idea for the influencer about the CPA model. At least in Brazil, the people are much more thinking about how much money I will earn with the post, not thinking about how much money I will earn if we could do that. It was the big problem. Another one big problem was about from our side. It's from our salespeople. They not doing directly this work. They was sometimes it's really hard to them to don't receive. They don't want to do that and so on and so on. So probably if you had just one person who is focused on to work with the influencer, you will not have the problem with what we have with our salesmen. Communication after we close this person with the influencer was really hard too. We put everyone in the one group. We create each landing page for each person, because what we want to do is the person, when they click to the link, they enter and see the face of the influencer. And that's why the conversion rate was really big. So we had 9 landing pages for each one influencer, and each one influencer had their own group in the WhatsApp, and the communication was different. We need to send in the WhatsApp different communication from every one influencer. So it was a lot of hard work. Yeah, it was too much.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Really great. I think out of time, if you can ask really quickly, let's do it, and we should move on. Go ahead.
Hey, Dmitry, let's just ask your question. And
okay, did you work with that database only once, or did you repeat that, and was the rating different?
We work with that database only once, but it was our mistakes. We could continue, but we didn't. We decided to not continue to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you everyone who come to asking questions. So let's move on.